right, guys, this segment's been sponsored by our friends over at Soul Shine Pizza. They're at 4021 Hughes Crossing, that's Suite 101 in Franklin, Tennessee, or give Steve Brandon and his crew a call, 615-379-7767. They can take care of all your catering needs, and they have lunch specials Monday through Friday. Go in there and tell Steve thank you for all he does for us here at the show. All right, guys, welcome back. We're going to go ahead and leave the phone lines open for you. If you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to go ahead and call in anytime. Randall, we've been talking about the phase that we're in right now. We're in kind of a lockdown phase. Bucks, they're really aggressive right now as well. You were talking about Dayton doing a little calling earlier, but Randall, this is a good time of year to use calling to your advantage. So tell me a little bit about the style you use calling wise. You don't want to get too terribly aggressive, but tell me a little bit about how you typically use deer calls this time of year.
I don't get aggressive at all. If I'm sitting up there in a place that I know this old buck is, I got two little old antlers about like that, you just take a, and that's all it takes. If you're watching him where you can see him, and here, if he looks towards you, you ain't got to do much more. Just maybe like that again. And a doe, that old buck, he'll go, like that. That doe should. If you ever do that and you see that deer look toward your way, you got him.
He's coming.
Kind of like turning the gobbler or something. Yeah. Once you've got him,
like a club. Yeah. And what else was it? We was talking about there a while ago?
Well, grunting. I mean, the grunt tubes work, I think, very well too in conjunction, like you say, with a grunt and a bleat.
Anything you got.
But I think the rattling, in my opinion, as far as don't get too aggressive, but you lay those things together. I don't think there's many things more effective than that, especially this time of year. I've sat some days and dedicated myself to doing that, to calling all day off and on, and called in quite a few deer that way using rattling right now.
Yeah. Another thing that I do that's not talked about a whole lot, it's that little old sneeze that them deer's got, and they do it all the time.
They do. You have to be close.
Yeah.
They're sneezing. They've got some kind of a larva in their, the bot fly, I think they call it. But them things will be out there in the yard, and you can hear them doing that more than they do anything. Just, you can do that. That'll get them up in there. All you want to do is get them up in the field, and they'll come looking.
Just get them to come and investigate and check it out. Any of those calls can be enough to bring them out to the edge of the field, or turn him. He might be out of range, especially muzzleloader or something. You can turn him and bring him back with that call.
And like Randall said, if you got your eyes on him, you can watch and see if he pulls them ears back, or if he turns and gets stiff and has that response, or he might not even care.
If he gets fired up, man, that old hair stands up. Them ears lay back, you've got his attention then. But
if he's with a hot doe, you ain't nothing.
No, that's again kind of going back to a gobbler. It's kind of like a gobbler with a hen. If he's got that old hen with him, you're in trouble. You're going to have to cut him off. Let's take a couple more here. Timothy, how are you doing tonight?
Fine. How are you?
Doing great. We appreciate you calling. How can we help you tonight?
Well, I just want to know what the is it bow season or shotgun season or what on the deer?
Okay.
I've got 53 acres. I live in Dixon.
Okay, that's helpful. I was going to ask you what county you're in. So where you're at right now, you're in what's called Unadale, and this coming Saturday will open the general firearm season. So at that point, you can use a high-powered rifle, a shotgun, a muzzleloader, a shotgun with slug, by the way. I don't know where you may be from, but you have to have a slug here. Can't use buckshot. But you can use a bow, basically any weapon starting this Saturday. From there to the end of the season in Unadale, you can hunt with whatever weapon you want. Make sure you're licensed for that weapon. You've got your tags. But that's what's opening this Saturday. Now, right now, so if you wanted to go, let's say tomorrow, you were off work and you wanted to go tomorrow in Dixon, you would still be under muzzleloader season. So that's where we're at right now. But just for one more day, and then after that, it'll be general firearms, and it'll carry on for the rest of the year for you where you're at.
Well, let me ask you another thing. I've got 63 acres. Do I have to have a license? To hunt on my own land?
If you're the landowner, no, you do not have to have a license. If you'll contact TWRA, they can get you, it'll be a land parcel ID card. And what that'll have is just a parcel number on it for your property, and you can use that to check your deer in. You are still required to check in the deer just like you are, on any other property, but you do not have to hold a license. You can use your land parcel number to check them in.
And if you have, if you pay the taxes on that land, your tax form will show you that ID number.
Yeah, you can find it on that form.
But if you pay the taxes on that land, that's where you get it.
Yep. So you're good to go on that. You can hunt it all you want. Just get that permit. Make sure you still check them in, and you're fine on that with private property.
Well, I'll check them in because I have to have a process.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Absolutely.
For the sausage and everything else.
All the good stuff, man. That's what it's all about there. But yeah, you're good to go on that. Good luck to you. I hope you get out there and get you one this weekend.
Well, I hope I get. I don't care. I hope I do. I hope I do.
Well, I tell you what gets them more than anything else, and that's just time sitting out there. I mean, no doubt about it. That's the number one. The number one shooter of bucks is time sitting in that stand, regardless of what's going on.
Couch, depends on where you're at.
Well, I mean,
Right now is the time to be out there.
Yeah,
if you want to deer hunt.
But good luck to you. Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate you watching.
Well, thank you very much.
Have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's the key, Randall. Right now is just the time to be out there regardless.
And some people that don't have places to hunt, there's plenty of core property in the state of Tennessee.
Quite a bit.
And I mean, it is loaded with deer around all of our lakes and reservoirs and units and so forth.
There's a lot of areas you can go. I had a guy that I talked to a couple weeks ago from out of state and moved here from Michigan, and I was explaining to him a lot of the land that was around here, and he was very surprised. So, well, guys, we're going to get ready to take another quick break. We'll be right back with some more Southern Woods and Waters.